baby.
Yeah, the boys, the girls. What up? Godzilla podcast, episode 11. Yeah. Jeffrey might say something about that.
Big red cap with gaps in it again.
Shit.
What is this?
I didn't put that.
One word, 3 syllables, blood.
But you're fucking with people's heads like that.
Jesus
Listen,
Christ.
anyway, look, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to say, first of all, I'd like to kick it off right by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land and pay respects to elders, past, present, and in the future. Got to give a massive shout out to Sip Suppliers for supplying us with the drinks. These are actually from my personal stash because I forgot again to go hit up Sip Supplies, but Sip Supplies did supply me with their sips. Massive shout out to Open Source, Molotov, Split Atoms on the beat, as always, helping us out. We got fucking 20 large that came through today. Jared. And wait, what the fuck? Oh, it's up there. On the wall. Wait, is the camera on there? Yeah. All right, sick. See that? 20 large. So Jared came down and he fucking, just to give me that today. It's all about the community, baby. You know what I'm saying? Shit. And then, last but certainly not least, Bigredcap, one word in the building.
That's what I'm telling people. One word, 3 syllables. Don't watch the title.
You know, it's fucked up, but, you know, look, they spelt Fig Kid wrong for many years, so, like, I feel your pain, you know?
It's all right. It happens. It happens to me a lot, eh? I mean, it is basically 3 words. I'm sure everyone's like, oh, yeah, Big Red Cap, of course. Nah, bro.
Yeah, but 3 syllable. Bigredcap.
Bigredcap.
Hello, I'm Bigredcap.
Yes.
Man, thanks so much for coming down.
Thank you for having me.
Tonight's one is sort of dope for me because, you know, I feel like you and I don't really cross paths a lot, but I see you always like on either show that I don't happen to be going to, or
it's usually shows.
Yeah. It's usually shows when I do catch you, but you know the thing for me is just like you know, and I'll go into it a little bit later, but you know, you're super involved in the scene, and you know, it's a little bit obvious that maybe you're not from Australia, and we'll get into that. Right. But for me, it's actually cool because I get to fucking find out a lot about you, man. Like, you know, and I respect the fucking music. Obviously, it's killer, massive skilled. So I suppose I'll kick it off. You know, for me, you know, I want to know, and I'm sure the guys want to know. So where are you from? Where'd you grow up? Where were you born? Yeah, all that good stuff. All
right. So I am from. I mean, my hometown basically is Brighton in England. It's up in the south. But I was born in Loughborough, which is like in the Midlands. So like my mum's still like, hey up Davey, you like, you know, she sort of talks like that. But I'm like, because I moved when I was like 3 or 4, so I'm like super southern. Yep. And yeah, like that's pretty much where I lived my whole life. And then I moved to Amsterdam for 2 years. I lived there. Yep. And then I moved.
What age are we talking? Like
when I moved to Amsterdam, I was like 20, maybe 21.
About 20, okay.
21, that sort of, yeah. I met my missus in England, and she's Australian, and like her visa ran out in England, but she could get one for Amsterdam.
True.
So, but I was like, well, I want to fucking leave England anyway. Like, it was getting a bit on top in England blood, yeah. So I was just like, I'm gonna leave there anyway. Yeah. And then, so we lived in Amsterdam for a couple of years, but then she's like a super family orientated person. Yep. And she was getting super homesick, and I was just like, well, we've been together long enough now. Like, we'd only been together like 6 or 7 months when we moved to Amsterdam. Yep. So I was like, I don't know about the other side of the world yet, but let's go to Amsterdam. Like, it's not that far from my home, so if it doesn't really go that well, we can mug it off. But then it was cool. So then we came over here, and it's been all gravy ever since. I love it here. Yeah. So rap. And how that came into your life, or like, you know, you might have to tell me a bit, like, you know, grime rap, but you know, rap, hip hop. What was your first, you know, hip hop experience? And my first true, like God's honest truth. Like when I was a kid, like when I first ever heard rap, and I was like, damn, motherfucker, that shit is dope.
I want to punch someone in the face.
Actually, it was fucking Will Smith, bro. The first ever. Will Smith.
Fucking earth.
Men in Black, bro.
Oh,
Men in Black. I know that whole shit, like the back of my hand. That's it. Yeah.
You can't.
No, I'm not gonna bust Men in Black on it, but I could.
No. I think your skill set's just eluding Will Smith in some regards.
But
these
yeah,
days.
that's where it started. And then my uncle gave me 36 Chambers.
Oh.
Which is a fucking hell of a jump from... I was like, oh, it can get super fucking grimy, you know?
Yeah.
Like, and then, you know, I'm a fucking little white boy from the UK, so, like, I loved, like, all fucking metal and shit as well. Like, Limp Bizkit's, like, my favourite shit when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Even now. That's why I started wearing a red hat when I was at school. Like, I got
Fred
the first
Durst.
Yeah, I got the first Limp Bizkit album and started wearing a red hat all the time. But they hadn't sell out popped yet, if you know what I mean. Like they like in the UK they hadn't anyway. Like they had Faith out and stuff. Like and I started wearing a red hat because I was just like, oh yeah, Limp Bizkit, that's my band. And then they popped and it was the worst because everyone started calling me Big Fred instead of Big Red and shit.
Really?
Yeah.
Fuck those guys.
It was fine. I mean, it pissed me off, but it was cool. It was cool. Like now looking back, I'm like, yeah, I was the fucking Limp Bizkit kid for sure. You know, like.
So, how does that work into going into you? You know,
into me rapping.
Yeah, like so, I mean, you were doing it obviously. I mean, you had to have been rapping before, obviously moving to Amsterdam and that. Yeah.
So like, I was rapping at school.
Yep.
And then like I was just rapping at school for kind of fun, like kind of English, kind of American-y, you know, like you know how everyone starts, they don't really fucking get into their accent yet, like so I was kind of copying how everything else sounded.
Yep.
I used to rap with all my mates and that, and then I randomly actually got signed to Bjork's record label when I was like fucking.
What is going on?
When I was like 16 with my sister, me and my sister got signed together as like a duo. They heard us at a karaoke. I used to go up to karaoke's and like rap. I used to just put tunes on and then just rap on them at karaoke's. And my sister used to do all these like fucking Christina Aguilera tunes and that. So she'd be up there going like, you are beautiful, like killing it. And the guy who ran the fucking karaoke's was like, oh, you two are sick. You're brother and sister. Let me see if I can do something with you guys. And it was cool. Like they took us to a few studios and that. Like they like recorded all these tunes with us and they told us they were going to take us to America. You know, they fucking promised you the world.
Yeah. It was great to hear though.
They strung us on for a few years and that. And then I started to get like super sick of it. And because I was young as well, I was like, nah, I'm fucking selling out. What are all these tunes I'm making with my sister? I was getting like real antsy about it. And so then I pretty much just said, I don't want to do this. But they were fucking us about anyway. The guy, I don't even know if I've never told anyone this, let alone publicly, but like the guy.
Yeah, you're a Godzilla podcast.
No, but the guy who was like looking after us as the group with the label and that, like he had all this money that he was going to use for us. And then Bjork wanted to fucking have this dress that like covered this stadium. So she was doing some stadium show where like she wanted to come up off the stadium floor and have this giant dress that was like the whole stadium. And the guy remortgaged his house and took all this money that he was going to use on us to pay for this fucking dress she wanted. And I was just like, we are not important to these people. Like, so yeah.
Imagine your whole shit hinged on Bjork's fucking stadium dress.
Yeah,
That's
exactly. So I was like, fuck this.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, the karaoke guy, Mark, his name is Mark. He's actually a super dope guy. He's got lots of success stories. I was not one of them. But when I left, I think, obviously, it pissed off a lot of people that had invested time and money into me and my sister.
Yep.
So,
and this was 16. So by the time you jumped,
by the time I jumped, I was probably like 17, 18, maybe. It was like a 2-year thing that it was going on. Yeah, but by the time I mugged it off, like I'd found my own sound and I was way more grimy. Like I was listening to all like Roll Deep and fucking Wiley and you know, like just Dizzy Rascal, all these sort of people. Like that's my shit.
You had your home influences by then.
Exactly, yeah, and you know that's what all my boys was listening to. That's what I felt more connected to anyway, and that's where I wanted to go. And then I started looking at what I was doing with my sister as like. Just the lamest shit, like, you know. Do you remember that group, Big Brothers? You remember, like, this is Big Bro. That was the sort of shit that we were making, right? And at first it was cool. And I think even now, I'd be cool making it because I'm comfortable with myself now. But back then, I didn't know who I was. And I was just like, nah. They're trying to turn me into saying I'm not.
Yeah, well, that's, you know what the crazy thing is? Big Brother's manager, you know, and I've brought him up a couple of times, JD Springbet, he ended up here as a head A&R at Sony. And he actually A&R'd the Fig Kid shit when it came out.
There you go. So
about some small world.
In the small world, we are connected way long before. There
Hip-hop.
you go. You were one of the first people actually that somebody showed me from Australia. Because you did that video, right? That's like, I don't know, it's like all cartoony and stuff. And you're
Yeah,
like,
fairy tale.
Yeah. That's the one. Yeah, that's the one. No, but that's the one. Someone showed me that in England.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Like, I saw that shit. So I was just like, oh, yeah. They were like, oh, yeah. You're Australian now. And then I was just like, yeah. They showed me this video. And then later on, they were like, yeah, he calls himself Lee Monroe now.
That's true.
Like, what? Yeah, well, yeah. There you go.
Where's that Fiki guy? I saw him ages ago. Oh, he's Lee Monroe now. Oh,
But
okay,
yeah,
cool.
like, I mean, when I first got over here, like, people were showing me stuff, but it was always, like, the most obvious shit, you know what I mean? Like, Bliss and SO, fucking Hilltop Hoods.
Yeah.
Like, shit that everyone already knows out of the country anyway, so no one was showing me anything new.
Yeah, it's funny that. I mean, we'll go into that because that'll interest me as well because, you know, transitioning over, you know. But coming to Australia for you, right? So you're moving over with your missus, you know. So what did that look like? You know, where was your missus from here? Where did you stay?
My wife is from Tamworth. Yeah. So she's all like,
Country
oh,
music.
yeah, babe, let's go back to fucking, let's go to Oz. But she doesn't want to live in Tamworth, but she's definitely from there.
Yeah.
That's the
trope.
Yeah, and that's how she's so family orientated, obviously, because all up there, you know, everyone's close. It's a small town. They got that vibe. But yeah, when we first came over here, literally like 6 of my friends from England lived in Maroubra. Like 2 Aussie dudes that I know, and then like 3 English dudes and his bird. So I was just like, well, let's go to Maroubra then, because it's like the easiest transition for me to go to a brand new country, but then already know a bunch of people. Yep. And it was good because as soon as I got there, it was like I got a little friend group by default. You know what I mean? Like
100%.
None of them were doing any rap shit. Like that was stuff that I had to find out for myself. I had to hunt for people, you know, meet people, and then just slowly weasel in, you know. Weasel my way in the scene.
Yeah, you definitely have the skill set to get in there. But that's the other thing that like interests me as well, because you know, like obviously I had to have a bit of a look, and I'm scrolling back and I'm looking at some of the early shows that you're even doing. You know, you were really like out there and getting in the trenches. So how
it was definitely the trenches. Yeah.
Shout out to the Agincourt Hotel.
Never again. Never again, bro. Not upstairs at least.
No,
downstairs
not upstairs.
Is cool, but
downstairs
fuck upstairs,
is cool.
blood.
Fuck upstairs.
Fuck that shit.
Yeah. But so how do you know, you come from the UK and you're like, all right, cool. You've got. Oh, actually. Speaking of which, did you do much in Amsterdam?
I did. So here's the thing. So in the UK it was cool. Like once I had my crew, Multi Finish was my crew. That was my boys. Basically all friends from school, but we didn't really kick it too much at school. And then when I sort of left school, that's when we all sort of became boys. Like later on, through music and that, like smoking fucking weed, playing games, like all those shit that you do just after you finish school.
Yep.
Some people don't. That's what I did, at least. All my boys did that too.
But
you know, and like, you know, we were going to parties and that. Like fucking everyone gets the decks out. There's like fucking 40 people in there, and you're like, blood, is that really? You know, everyone's just going off and that. You know, and then we had like DJ friends and stuff, so they would like throw these big parties called like what was it called? Fuck. Sorry, guys. You're not gonna get a shout out for your old big fucking shows because I can't remember what they're called. But Beat Circus, that was what it was called, right? And it was like breaks and like remixes of all this grime and like fucking garage and shit. And they'd like get us to come and MC for a little bit and stuff, and like so everyone be there like. Chewing their faces off, and we're like, you know, and it was cool. But that's pretty much the level that we ever really got to, like just MCs,
local parties,
local MCs. And then when I went to Amsterdam, like I got sponsored by a seed company called Devil's Harvest Seeds. Who was a friend of like a friend of mine's, and he just had like the key to the fucking
city.
Yeah. So like I was like in the Melkweg, like opening for Cypress Hill. I was like going like walking around fucking the Cannabis Cup, like getting fucking free samples out the Yin Yang, like just fucking all this cool shit. Like B.O.B. was there, like just all this random shit was super cool. And I was like, this is it. But I was still English in basically Holland, and like there's only so far, there's a ceiling to it, you know. Everyone was like, I was cool, but a lot of them dudes couldn't really understand me. They can understand Americans, because they're all like, we smoke weed, but I'm there like, blood, I'm gonna blah, 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 you know, saying all this UK shit.
And at that time, it would have been still, you know, it still would have got you up a little bit.
It did,
you know
because
I
I was still doing cool stuff. Like
Yeah.
it was still the best my career had ever been. I felt like I was still making moves, meeting cool people, like getting to live the life that I wanted to live. But then my missus wanted to fucking leave, and I was like, all right, cool. And then I got here, and it was literally like, no one knows who you are. None of your friends doing no music. You got to go and fucking be the first person on at the Agings Court Hotel for some dude who's definitely not as good as you are. But it's all right. Like, you can do it. You can do this, you know?
Yeah.
And it is what it is. It is what it is.
Yeah, everyone's got to fucking do that.
Everyone's got to do it, you know? And
100%.
I did work my way up a bit. I still have not worked my way up to nearly where I want to be. No one ever is at that point.
Yeah,
obviously there's people like chilling it, but he's like worked so hard. Like he is like obsessed with the business side of it as well. You know he is. You know what I mean?
He's got
like
both angles.
He's got that balance there where he's just like, yeah, I know what I need to do this, and I'm gonna put all my time and effort into that. He's cutthroat, you know what I mean? He's just like, he's got there, you know, he's got no fucking wife and kids and that. Like, he's just like, this is what I am going to focus on.
Yeah.
But when I got here, I already had a wife, basically.
Yeah.
You know, now I've got a kid too. I can do a certain level of it, but I can never just be wild.
Flat out, yeah.
I can never just go to every hip hop show, hang out with everybody, do everything all the time. I just can't be that guy. Like,
got to be strategic with it now.
And he's sick as well. Obviously, you got to be super sick.
You got to be.
You can put all the work in and just be garbage, and you'll never get nowhere. You know, like.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there are some people out there like that as well, but we're not going to name names today. You know?
Maybe we will later, bloke.
So putting in that work in those early years, you know, you're getting out, you're doing those agent courts, you know, popping off. Who were the first people, you know, was it like just a fucking cypher thing, got up? Was it an email thing, hit up? Was it just a getting out and building?
You know what it was in Maroubra. There's a dude there called Buns. Do you know Buns from Sesk's crew, like OGKY? You know OGKY?
Yeah, no.
Like before the Trap Runners and all that.
Yeah.
Like OGKY was like Sesk, 1 2 Buns, and another dude. Again, I can't remember your name right now, but trust me, you're cool, bro. It was I can't remember how I met them, but I met them in Maroubra. I met Buns, and Buns is sick. Like he's super sick rapper, and he was just, and I don't know, he introduced me to someone who then got me on some show. I was like, oh, can you put me on a show? And they were like, yeah, all right, we'll put you on a fucking show. I think Izzy put me on one of my first shows. He puts everybody on.
Yeah,
anyway,
sick,
so you know.
True that.
You should have him on here at some point, right?
Is he? Yeah, 100%, bro.
100%.
We got a fucking laundry list of people you need on.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Yeah.
No,
but yeah, like it was rough. But then obviously when you start going to the shows and that, I didn't have a kid at the time then either. So it was easier to stay out and kick it with a few people and that, and like, you know, hang with people. I remember Puppeteer was one of the people I used to remember him. Puppeteer.
Nah, Puppeteer.
Puppeteer. He was in. I don't know. I mean, he fell off the planet now. Like he's one of them. Yeah, he's one of them now.
He's one of them
now. He's one of them.
Shout out to Puppeteer though.
Nah, he's cool. Like he was cool. He was cool. He was a cool dude to hang out with when I first got here and that.
And what year was this?
All kind of fucking blurs into one now, though. That's the thing. Must have been like, I can't even say. Well, I've been here 8 years, so first year or two, I wasn't really making no moves. I didn't really meet anyone too much, really. So maybe
that's 13, 14.
2015, we'll say. Maybe 2014, 2015. Yeah, and then I met a few people. Like I remember Gunster let me put a few of my videos like on Hustle Hard.
Yeah, hectic.
Like he let me put some on there, so I put my A-Town video on there because I was just like, it's the last good one that I did before I got here, so I'll stick it on there so then people will see it, because otherwise they'll never see it. And then a few other people hit me up from there, and like, you know, and then people come and go out of your life, you know what I mean? Like I might kick it with someone for like 6 months, and then like, you know, I don't know, life just changes trajectory again, you know, like it is what it is. Like, so I've been cool, but Lost is the only one that I've like proper stuck it with, you know, after working with him and staying with it. I'm just like, okay, that's cool. I can go on tour with you. I can hang out with you. We've got similar values as people, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, true that.
You know, we're both boring old men with families and that, so, you know, like, we get loose sometimes, but most of the time we're like, yeah, shall we get back to the kids? Yeah, let's go. Like,
let's make it look like we're so wasted.
Whoa!
That's some straight Bill and Ted shit, which funnily enough ended up being covered, but...
That's right.
So, who were your earliest like solid associates? Would you say
solid associates
in the Oz scene? You know, like did you have like one or two like main dudes that you'd sort of kick it with? Because one thing that I sort of noticed, there was a lot of collaborative work for you as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
With a
yeah.
lot of your shit. So was it
I mean, like, yeah. I mean, I remember I was kicking it with. Do you know Vito?
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 No. Far, man.
Yeah. I mean,
I
he
feel
was
like I'm
on
on a-
Hustle Hard. He was just randomly on Hustle Hard, and he hit me up, and he was just like, "I wish to do some tunes." I kicked it with him for a bit like that.
Yeah.
But he's like a little bit too street for me. Like, you know, he's street, but he's cool. He's super chill and cool. But like, you know.
I know what you're saying, like music-wise.
Yeah, like we were kicking it. Not even just music-wise. Like, you know, sometimes we kick it. He'd just turn up, and he's clearly just been on a bit of a wild one, and I'm just like a bit like tired and that. Like, you know, and
Those
it,
guys
you know,
get
cool.
loose.
And then like, you know, I don't know. I moved, and then you know, we didn't hit each other up for ages, and then like me and Losty started working with Sarah Connor, and he didn't like her. I understand now, but I did not then. I didn't know her very well, you know. So,
Man,
at the time, I think that's what pushed us apart. And then after that, there was just a bit of salt. I don't know. Like, he's cool though. I've got love for him. I hope he has love for me. I've got no problem with him. But my life is busy now. Like, it's super hard to just pin down a time to say, okay, I'm gonna go and hang out with you and do nothing, basically, or you know, like, I don't
or
know, it's
fucking
hard.
spend like some maybe unproductive, you know, fucking.
Yeah,
hours
or
in
like
the
maybe we're gonna
studio
make
or
some
some
tune
shit.
that we're not really gonna like do anything with. You know, like,
bro. I know. In terms of tours and shit, and I suppose going into more of those big tours like as well. Did that sort of kick off with Losty? Like, how did you and Losty really meet as well?
I met
like,
Losty at Quick Cav's not about to get crazy, Acting Crazy video.
True.
You know, acting.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
did that
yeah,
version
yeah.
of Acting Crazy.
Yeah.
Seth, I already knew Seth, so Seth was there. Quick Cav, shockingly enough, was there. Ty was there as well. Ty was there shooting the video. That was the first time I like properly met Ty.
He was up at Newcastle, then he would have been coming down to that.
I don't know. Well, I think we travelled fucking far to go and film it. We went and filmed
shit.
it in some studio somewhere.
Right.
And then Losty was there as well, and like everyone was just hanging out, and like fucking, we were just like busting out all these Schwarzenegger voices like the whole day, and just chatting shit, you know what I mean? And then he was just like, "Oh, you should come and do a verse on my album." So I went to some studio and did a verse on his album. I was like, "Oh, you should do a verse on my mixtape." So he came to my shitty house and recorded in a cupboard.
Fuck
you
yeah.
know, like
We know how it is in Australia.
yeah, you know. And then when he was doing some shows and that, he was just like, "Oh, you should come. You should come and do those songs that we did together at these shows." Like we did a Forte show together, super early. And then he got on the Cursor tour and that, and we all went together to do that.
That would have been crazy. How
It
was that?
super
How was
dope.
that for you to see?
Bro, the Cursor fans are the sickest fucking fans
No.
in the world. though.
Cursor's the sickest. So
No,
they're-
okay, no, yeah, but the
That's a
sickest
dad
fans.
joke.
Yeah.
That's a fucking dad rap joke.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's,
yeah.
it's fine, it's fine. People always make them jokes. He makes them jokes. The fans make them jokes. People who talk about him make them jokes. It is where it is.
Cursor makes no jokes.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so how was that? Like in terms of the fans and in terms of that, like seeing, I suppose the reason I asked this
It's just a
question-
reminder that anyone can, it can happen. Anyone can fucking work hard and get to that point, you know.
Yeah.
And he's smart as well. Like he doesn't fucking do millions of shows. He does one tour a year, you know. He does one album a year. Like does the odd little thing here and there. Like he's not stupid. He went and bought a house somewhere else. Like he bought a house. He bought a fucking car. Like he's a smart man. Like he set himself up for life to live off of what he loves doing.
Yep.
And he's got shitloads of fucking fans that are all amazing.
Bro,
like,
those fans are
bruv,
fucking nuts.
honestly, but they're super nice though. That's the thing. Everyone always thinks that fucking Cursor fans are like scumbags. I don't know what it is. You know what I mean?
Honestly, like you think they're gonna stab you with a
I didn't even
needle.
get. I got that vibe from none of them though.
I bet you didn't though,
I
like because he still
literally-
speaks like he still speaks his truth. You know what I mean? And like you know,
but
not,
they were all super nice. I mean, you know, like I just can't even explain it. They're all obviously they all relate to the dark side of things. You know what I mean? I think a lot of them do. I mean, I'm a nice person. I've been through some fucking wild shit. Like you know, like. But you can come out the other side of that and relate to those darker fucking sides of people's tunes or the struggle that people go through in their own minds and that, right?
yeah, bro, 100%.
But they're all super nice, all super friendly, all super supportive people. You know what I mean? Like
buy
just-
your shit, download your, you know,
like
run your
afterwards,
plays.
everyone was like adding me and like fucking sharing the shit, like taking pictures with us, buying shirts and that. Like it was super cool. Like they didn't fucking know us at all. You know what I mean?
Well, man, the best one. It's so dope to see that you with Losty because, you know, I mean, you know much about Losty now, like, you know,
Yeah,
in terms of like his history in
I do. Yeah,
hip hop, and
he's done it all, baby.
bro, he's done it all, and the best thing is, like, he unashamedly done it all, and the fucking best thing is, he was always just like on the forums and all that, because back in the day it was a forums thing,
Yeah.
you know? And he'd just be like, fucking just say it to my face, bro. He'd just be like trolling, like,
He needs to just be off the internet now, though. I tell him all the time. I'm like, just stop it, bro.
well, I hardly ever see it. Well, now I only see him when he's
I
fucking
unfollowed
acting
him
on
for a
there.
bit. I unfollowed him for a bit because he's going on about Trump and that. Like, and I was like, fair enough. I was like, fair enough. Okay, I was like,
really?
you care about Trump and that? That's cool, but stop fucking posting about it, bruv. Because, bruv, yeah, he was going on
really?
about Bitcoin. I know he does it to rile people up. I know what he does. He's doing it on purpose. But the Trump stuff was pissing me off because I was like, bruv, stop it. Because I'm like, you are me now. Like, me and you roll together, so you represent me. Like, don't be fucking posting all this Trump shit on your fucking feed all the time.
Yeah.
Because it's going to reflect on me. They're like, oh, yeah, he's rolling with that fucking nutty Losty. He's lost it a bit, like, you know?
I just came here
He
for
said,
Bigredcap.
he's like, I know. He's like, I just see a post and I get annoyed and then I post mine and then I add to the problem. I'm like, exactly, bro.
Fucking oath, bro.
Yeah.
That is literally.
He's going to hate that I even brought it up, but, but yeah.
The big A, bro.
Yeah,
Nah, he
that's
can't. Fucking, bro. Massive love for Losty. We got to get Losty
Yeah,
on the
it's
fucking
my
couch
brother.
as well. Like, I'll tell you what. One thing I noticed as well with your music is, like, you've always, you know, kept that sort of grime.
Sometimes, yeah. I mean,
influence.
yeah, I mean, because I suppose that's because that's what I've always listened to a lot. And, like, the thing, did you know what happened was I used to make loads of grime.
Yeah.
And then when I went to Amsterdam, no one was really fucking with grime too much. That's why I started making
It is
loads of hip hop.
Like acquired taste.
Yeah,
I suppose.
it is. I think
a
so.
little bit.
But
yeah.
I didn't think it should be. But I obviously over the and then when I came
mean to
over
insult
here,
you, did I?
it was the same thing though. Like I was doing like a hip hop tunes, and I throw a couple of grime ones in there. Sometimes I get a cool reaction, and sometimes people be like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah, yeah.
Like you know,
yeah.
I get that vibe from them. So it's probably I feel a bit ashamed to be honest because I moved away from grime a little bit because I was like, this is not doing anything for me, especially in this country, you know. And there's the opposite end of that is someone like Fracture, right? Who was like, no, he's like, grime is the shit. You
Grime
are gonna
for
learn.
life.
I
Yeah.
am gonna fucking show you. This is it, right? And he has flown the flag for grime ever since he got here. Like a fucking G, he has done that. And you know what? And look at him now. He's the fucking godfather
The
over here,
godfather of
basically.
fucking grime.
And he should be because he fucking flew the flag, and I was a dickhead, and I didn't do it.
Yo,
I threw like
Fracture.
but you know what I mean? Like I threw like a couple of fucking grime tracks on the end of a mixtape where all the rest of the tunes were hip hop tunes.
Yeah, but
I still love hip hop, but I thought no one wants grime over here. I'm just gonna do a couple just to satisfy my own vibe.
It's hard though, right? Because you adapt. You got to adapt.
Yeah,
you'd
and I didn't know what it was like over here.
You'd be fucking stupid not to adapt. And the thing is that grime and drill sort of sound only really started popping off in the last fucking 18 months.
Not even that. Like now, it's about probably the last. I'd say it's been about 3 years that it's actually been
on a steady
it's been on the rise. I think like there's a few like big moments that I think did it. Like I think say whatever you want. Like Drake basically fucking championing Skepta was
100%.
like, you know, like all them kids that wear the skinny jeans and the shitty little hats and that you know what I mean?
Skinny jeans.
You know
Skinny
them
jeans,
ones,
shitty little
like
hat
all of a sudden
motherfuckers.
they're like, shut down, ring pussy, shut down. You know, all of a sudden that shit starts trending, and then all the other shit starts trending.
Yeah.
But the problem is every time I went to see a UK MC out here, they'd play the same 10 YouTube recommended grime songs. You know, because they're popular. Like,
and they
that's
don't
not me.
They don't know their history.
Like, you know, exactly. They just play them tunes that YouTube's like, you watched a bit of that? Why don't you watch this one? Why don't you watch this one?
Why don't you watch this
Yeah,
one?
you know, everybody else watches this one. Why don't you watch this one? Yeah, of
Fucking
course everyone else is watching this one because you show it to everyone.
Bro.
Show them something else, bro. Like something they might like it.
So how do you feel though then with this, I don't know, that surge of that, that style and that subculture, I suppose.
It's cool. I like
Popping
it.
off.
Honestly, I'm happy to see grime get its day. I now make a lot more grime tunes than I ever would have done before. You
Yep.
know, and it's funny because people that never knew my history, they're probably like, "Oh, he's bandwagoning," and it's like, "No, bro."
No.
I was like, "I'm just coming back
Scroll
home,
back,
baby."
scroll back, scroll the
You know?
discography.
Exactly. I just go all the way back. But I mean, that's it. Half of my discography ain't even on the fucking internet. You know what I mean? It's like Because I was fucking doing CDs and that back in the UK. Like, there was no fucking YouTube when I was there. Not really. Not the way it is now.
Not the way it is now.
Like, it was all CDs and fucking just MCing live at places. People recording sets and that. Like,
get the text out and put, you know.
Exactly.
Fucking fat.
Multi-finished motherfucker. Just write it on the fucking CD. But yeah, you know, I like it. I think it's becoming its own thing over here too, which is cool. Like, I think everyone is merged, like turning it into its own. Like, everyone's not just like, oh, I'm gonna make a grime song. Like, they're like, oh, I'm gonna throw a bit of grime flavor into this or that and the other. And it's good for me too, because all these fucking dance producers now.
Fuck, that's another thing I wanted to
ask
about.
They all want the fucking grime sound, and I'm like, well, you need me on your song, blood. Like, I only had to do like 3 or 4 of them.
You have a new message from Bigredcap.
Bro, I only had to do like 3 or 4 of them, all of which I was asked to be on them. But after that, they just hit me up because, like, you know, these will get like plays everywhere. DJs play them all the time. This little hip hop world that we're in is a completely different world to that world, and that world, I'm doing all right. Like, I'm killing it. Like, I don't even have to play any shows in that world and still get like thousands of dollars. You know what I mean?
That,
like,
bro.
That's the world, man.
That's
and it's
crazy.
cool because I know I can smash them tunes. I know that they're like, you know, any of them that say, oh, can you just do it a bit more like Stormzy? I'm like, you know what, bruv, get someone else because I'm not fucking Stormzy. Like,
100%.
You're just trying to bandwagon. That's what I hate. I hate bandwagoners. Yeah. But if they want a fucking UK sound on it, I'll give you what I got.
Fucking oath.
Yeah.
You know, it was so funny when you hit me up. It was like, hey, just realised the track that I'm about to release is called Click Clack. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I know, but it wasn't even my fault.
No.
You heard it, right? You heard it.
Yeah.
He sent me the beat. It was called Click Clack, and it goes Click Clack, and I was like, well, I guess the song's called Click Clack then.
Yeah. I didn't think there was fucking much I could do. I'm pretty positive that Click Clack has probably got more fucking plays than.
But in a different world, though. In a different world. You know what I mean? It doesn't even matter, does it? Like, it's
maybe we'll do the remix.
Well, I've got a song that I'm gonna ask you to be on anyway for my. I finished this. I just did an album now because for like when we were in Losty, we're doing that one album together. I was like, I'm not gonna concentrate on anything else. We've been trying to get this album done for ages. I'm just gonna cut off everything else I'm doing. Obviously, I still did EDM ones because it fucking puts food on the table. But like,
you're just like pumping a tune here and there, right, for the EDM.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because I can record it in my house anyway. Like, because I got my little studio set up in there, so it's just like spend a couple of days like in the studio, write the bars, record the bars, send them off, and then it goes to work. You know,
it's
some
crazy.
Some of them people want them, some of them they don't. They're like, oh, it's not really working. I'm like, all good. No hard feelings because it's not my world anyway. It's not like I'm on there going, you know, my darkest, most personal feelings, and then they reject it. You know what I mean? I'm on there like, blood, let's just tear the club up. You know what I mean? It's all the usual just hype shit I used to do back in the day anyway when I was, you know, at the raves and that. So
that's it's hectic though, bro. And how did you? So did they initially? Did you? You just sort of said they initially hit you up and they all hit you up. Who was the first?
So
what was the first
Echo?
one?
Do you know DJ Echo?
DJ Echo. Fucking
so
nice.
Echo randomly hit me up to do some tune, and I did it. Ages ago. It's ages ago. Like back when I was still just, you know, doing mixtapes and that. I recorded him some vocals and then like, no, you know, that was it. That was like when I was first here, like in the first couple of years. Nothing ever came of it. Like he put the tune out or whatever, fine. But like nothing, never heard anything. And then this guy called, do you know J Sounds?
Yeah, of course.
So J Sounds.
Crookwell?
Yeah, Crookwell, yeah.
Yeah. G-Wiz and all that.
Yeah. So
G-Wiz is the fucking man.
G-Wizard is my fucking
G-Wizard is the fucking man.
Yeah, he's cool, bro. He's fucking passed me loads of tunes to be on, man. He's a legend.
Yeah. All right.
Such a nice guy as well. Like when all the COVID shit was popping off, he called me. He was like, bro, checking in, make sure you and your family are all right. And I was like, you know what, bro? We are.
Oh, bro,
thanks for the call.
He's one of the most fucking solid dudes.
Good-hearted dude.
100%. So that's how it sort of popped off.
But yeah, so J Sounds was the one, because I did the one for him. J Sounds, like straight off the bat, was like, this is exactly what I was looking for.
Yeah.
And then it got on to one of their Ministry of Sound CDs.
Yeah.
And then so everyone, after that, they were like, oh, who's the MC on that tune? Can you link me? And then links. And then they all just start fucking, it's like a little world, you know? They all know each other.
Bro, I got to say, from a business standpoint, those guys are crazy. Like, they know how to, you know, work
support
the club, support each other, work each other's tracks into the club charts, get the club charts popping, get them other dollars on the fucking,
man.
The other spins.
I mean, like Aria and that as well. Like, you know, they all help each other on there. And then APRA, you know, if they're all spinning each other's shit all the time, then the fucking, you know, the royalties just pop up. Like, 100%. They just come. Like, It's
fuck
good
that,
times,
bro.
man. Obviously,
Whereas-
you get duds every now and then. Ones that you think are going to pop off,
Pop off.
sometimes don't.
Yeah.
And then ones that you think aren't going to do nothing are suddenly like on almost 1 million plays in that. And you're like, yeah, that one? All right.
They like it that much?
I was just like, I thought that was a bit more niche. I don't know. Like, you know.
Yeah, bro, 100%. And I think it's good, though, as well, that you are open to that shit. Because, bro, you see those cunts that are like, fucking, nah, man, I'm not going to do that type of shit. You know what I mean?
Bro, you know, as I've got older, I was saying this to you earlier, bro. Like, I actually care so little about what everyone thinks of everything. Like, if I want to fucking do something, I'm just going to do it at this point. That's it, you know, like, I would say probably not Justin Bieber, but then, you know, if Bieber's on the phone, I'd be like, you know what, blood? I'm going to do you a verse. You know, just 'cause it's you, fam, I'm going to do you a verse, yeah? So what if it makes me a couple of mil?
No, I know,
I'm
right?
doing this because we the boys,
You
yeah?
could be fucking sitting there like fucking Hawaiian shirts as well, like fucking chest hair out, just be like fucking like kicking back on Justin Bieber's money, like, yeah,
Hey,
that's my man.
hey, look at you now, man. But you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say no to nothing. I just have to feel the vibe, and I have to like the person to some degree. You know, usually. You know.
Usually.
You know, yeah. If it's
You can
Bieber,
still be
that's
an
some
asshole, but if the
straight
check's
cash.
right.
That's straight cash, bro.
I'm trying to feed my children.
I swear to God, I
trying
can
to-
quit music after doing a tune with Bieber, right? That shit
Bro.
gets billions,
100%.
billions. He gets the views on them.
Fuck it. All right.
Label probably takes most of that
Massive,
money. But, you know.
massive shout out to Justin Bieber though. If you're looking for, if you're looking for the
The
track,
Biebs.
shout out to the homie Justin Bieber. I have another mate. It's funny you say like how going back to the UK.
Yeah.
And just before you came over here, how like established was the scene there? You know,
The grime scene.
well, yeah, grime,
Massive.
hip hop. And
Grime was the sound of the UK, 100% for the last 15 years. It was garage before that.
Yep.
And then before that it was kind of dancehall as well. But like garage, dancehall, grime, like that is the sound of the UK. You got like the UK hip hop sound as well, which is all like fucking Leaf Dog and
Yep.
like fucking, you know, Task Force and all them sort of people.
Yep,
but
yep.
that's like 4 hours in them. But that's not on the radio. That's not on the TV. Like that's not like
That's the
that's
scene.
that's like us.
Yeah, yeah.
Right now, you know.
Right,
like,
right.
That's the rappers scene. You know.
So the hip hop scene is smaller than grime over there, like grime.
I
is
mean,
fucking just like
I don't
big
know if
shit.
it's the smaller. I mean, American hip hop is always going to be huge every country you go to. But the
Yeah.
grime scene is like on a par, I think, at least. Like all them MCs have all had like top 10 hits over there, you know? Like all the grime MCs. They could, if they wanted to, they could go on all the terrestrial TV channels and be like, hey, I'm here, I'm a pop star. Like, you know,
That's
all of them
hectic.
were that level. Just a lot of them didn't do that. Some of them did, some of them didn't. Like Dizzy Rascal, for example.
Yeah.
He decided to just embrace the pop side of things, and he went mad pop for like years.
Fucking
Like he
oath,
put like 3 albums out of just dancey pop music, and I hated him for it back then. You know, them first 2 grime albums,
Yeah.
I was like, "That's grime. What are you doing, blood?"
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know what? Like now, I'm just like, he saw the fucking papers,
just
and
saw the-
he was
yeah,
just like,
fucking
you know, what?
oath.
This makes loads of money. I have fun making this music anyway. I don't have to be dark and depressing all the time. Maybe
Yep.
I want to make everyone dance in the rave. Yeah, I'm still MCing. I'm still having fun. Like,
Yeah.
and I just didn't get that back then. Back then, I was still like, you fucking sell out. I hate you for this. You know, but. Now I see it now.
You got to. I know because you got fucking top 10 fucking dance hits. I get it. But in
But
terms
yeah,
of when you come here and you see that establishment in those communities, where do you feel here could go? You know what I mean? Like, you know,
It's already going.
I know
Like-
it's going now, but I mean when you first got here, you know, like. and
I
you
don't know,
sorta-
because that's what I'm saying. I was sticking to the hip hop and that, because you know there was gutter rap. There was all the gutter rap. There was like all the hustle hard, like the Cursor and
Yeah.
Gravy Baby and all them sort of dudes.
Yep,
That was
Enter
like
and
one
all that.
scene.
Yep.
To me in my mind, I was like, okay, this is sort of probably like the underground equivalent of the grime scene over here, but it's just not popping like it is in the UK, if you know what I
Yeah.
mean. And then you had the other side, which is the one we talked about before, which is all like the Hilltops, Century, or them sort of dudes, like you
Yep.
know the more sort of radio friendly, rah rah rah, all that sort of stuff.
Mm.
And they were the 2 avenues, and I was like, which avenue seems more lucrative?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, like which one is, you know, but I don't know. It makes it sound like I was coming over here trying to fucking make moves. I wasn't, but I wanted to get into a scene. I was starting from the fucking bottom again.
No, but you said even like you're sort of like, well, the street shit wasn't as much of what you did.
Because I want
even
to,
just
all I
musically.
want to do is live off of rap. That's what I want to do. I don't want to
Yep.
be mad famous. Like I don't want to be fucking You know, I don't want to be so
You don't want to beat
rich.
Justin Bieber. You just want to rap with Justin Bieber.
I just look, if I can get,
but you know,
no, if I can be rich, I could. It's cool. Everyone wants to be rich to some degree,
Yeah,
but like,
100%.
but that's not what my aim is. My aim is just to live off of music.
Rap,
That's what I
yeah,
want to do.
straight up.
You know, I just want to be able to. Look, if I can make $2,000 a fortnight off of just making music.
You're
Then
fucking
that's
laughing.
it. Then that's it. I've got my rent paid. I got my family fed, and I'm fucking happy.
Yeah.
You know, that's all I want in life, and I'm like halfway there. I only work 3 days a week now, man. The rest of the money is rap money, bro. So I'm halfway there.
Fuck
you know?
yeah, the boys.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Now, speaking of this guy as well, how'd you meet this cunt, Jared?
Where did we meet? Ah, yeah, Corey's thing.
First time,
D-
Jared from 20
DJ
Large
Redcap.
met Big Red Cap. He thought he was a DJ. Why do you think that? He just looks like a DJ. And so what? Then he just started fucking flinging your clothes like a mad cunt.
And he didn't fling me no clothes. I'm fucking way too fat for that, bro.
What
Like my
are you
only
talking
clothes
about?
I
We
got
just
off
had
him
this
was customs.
conversation.
I was just like, look, bro. I was just like, I want to get one of these. I'll give you the money.
Album
The what?
review.
What did we do?
Well, there you go.
See, I don't even remember that. That's does that make me a bad person? Ah, yeah. There you
Well,
go.
there you go. And I know what the fuck is with the. Okay, I have to get. I don't even understand why I didn't start with this. Why?
I told you at the start. Limp Bizkit
But
at
that's
school.
but it.
But everyone started calling me Redcap at school.
So
Before
Red
Limp Bizkit
Cap
a
was
thing,
just it.
It was like, it was Big Red or Red Cap, whatever. That's what people used to call me, Red Cap, Big Red. And then obviously, like, it wasn't a Limp Bizkit thing. It was just my nickname. But I didn't always used to wear red caps. But then after a while, everyone calls me Red Cap. And then I wear a blue cap. And what are you, big blue cap today? Like, and I got so sick of people making
Fuck
that
these guys,
joke. I got so sick of people making that joke, I just started wearing a red hat all the time. Because I was rapping as Red Cap too. Because everyone used to call me Red Cap. So I was like, yeah, Red Cap. But then Red Cap was too shitty in the Google search. If you type Red Cap, you just get a bunch of red fucking caps. So I was like, Big Red Cap. I'd merge the two. Nah, that's it.
Like straight up Google
That's
algorithm shit is making you change your whole shit.
Yeah,
Fuck
because
that.
it was either Big Red or Red Caps, and then I thought
Big Red Cap.
Big Red Cap, and I was like, we'll put it all together as one too, because obviously if you put Big Red Cap in with gaps, most of it is just large red caps. Still, so yeah. For real, that's how the name is. So that's the name.
No wonder you get the shit. You're like, motherfucker, I can't have people typing
Yeah.
big, red, and cap.
Exactly, because they won't get nothing. They get like 2 old videos from like years ago, and then a few other ones that like the Google kind of picks up because they're like, oh, this one's sort of trending a little bit. So
Since you watched this,
yeah, exactly.
maybe you would like
Here's some
this.
old video of Red Cap when he was skinny, rapping in Amsterdam.
Fuck, that's crazy. All
Yeah.
right, cool. So, guys, I just have to say, it's Big Red Cap. Let's just do it again. One word.
1 word, 3 syllables.
Yeah, one
that
word.
simple.
Yeah, okay.
There you go.
If you don't know, now
Yeah.
you know. We're going to get a sound bite of this, a video bite. We're going to make sure it's plastered all over his pages.
1 word, 3 syllables.
That's his, obviously, he said that. Yeah.
I know. I thought about doing it loads of times, but sometimes when people do songs about their names, like I'm like,
You're like, fuck this guy.
I don't know. Yeah, sometimes I'm just not into
I'll
it.
make a
It's
track
got to be
about your
good. That's
name, and
all.
I'll just get you to feature on it. And then you can just use my track about your name for your name.
Yeah, well, you can talk about your name too, because you changed your fucking name. So you can talk about changing your name. I can be talking about stuck with my stupid name for the rest of my life.
Look, I think we've got it established. So make sure that that's it. That's the soundbite.
I want to have one of these
Fuck 'em.
Fuegos, I reckon, because I drank all. I'm going to grab a water.
No,
Hang on.
well, you can
I'll
grab
be right
another water.
back, baby.
Or you can grab one of those.
No, I would, but I don't know about the calories in it. So.
Well, I'll tell you. Yeah, I'll tell you. The calories, I can't tell you. It doesn't tell.
They're definitely more than water,
Oh,
put it that way.
260 calories
There you go.
per serving. I'll drink it.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm sure it tastes nice. And if I was feeling frivolous, I'd probably have one.
Frivolous.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. Nah, take the water, bro. Hydrate yourself. Next part. You know what's hectic is finding out that you were doing all the video shit as well.
Yeah.
Which is unreal because, truth be told, like one thing that I can't stand sometimes is the lack of creativity in videos.
Oh, yeah. I know, because I could pump out videos if I wanted to make them super lazy, eh? And sometimes I think I should because I'm just like, you know, because it's people only listen to your fucking tune if there's a video. But I'm not cool enough to just be standing there in the video rapping. Like, I gotta make it slightly interesting. Otherwise, people will be like, who's this fucking fat ginger pommy can? Like, they're not gonna be into it, you know?
Fat ginger pommy can.
Yeah, you know?
So...
Fuck off back home can.
How did that start? Like, how did you start? Because, bro, like, straight up, man, like, the clips, and if you haven't watched the clips, check out the clips. The clips are fucking funny as hell, entertaining. You touch a lot on pop culture. You're relevant. You're current. You know, so you've always done those. You've always done clips.
Always, yeah. Like when I was a kid, I used to make films. Like I saved up so much money when I was like, I say so much to me as a kid. I mean,
40 quid.
Yeah. I was like, no, it was £200. It was £200. Yeah, and I bought this like VHS camcorder thing.
Straight like.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was like a Super 8. You know, like not Super 8. High 8, you know, it's like a little video, but it's like not a whole size. Anyway,
yeah,
and I used to make films like when I was a kid. Like I was obsessed with films before music. I was obsessed with films. I still am. Like if you come to my house at some point, you'll see like I've got DVDs across the whole wall. It's like a wall of DVDs. Like if I love a movie, I wanna own it. I wanna put it on the wall. That's another thing that me and Losty clicked on because he fucking loves movies as well.
Yeah.
So like I can just start reeling off all this fucking shit, and he's like, oh yeah.
And you're like, God,
you know?
damn, yes.
And so yeah, if I didn't rap, I think all I would probably do is film and stuff like that. But you have to pick one. That's what in my mind, I was like, you have to pick one thing that you want to focus on as your main thing.
Yeah.
And I picked music because when I do music, I can also make the videos and stuff as well. So I get to flex those chops a little bit, but like not get sucked into that world where I'm like into like fucking lenses and lighting and all that stuff, like all this. You know, like I've got this stuff. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not like so into it that like
you're like I need that next shit.
Yeah, you know.
You'll be like I'll still keep the one that I have from 6 years ago.
Yeah,
it's still going
exactly.
strong.
It's just like 4K is cool, but I mean, it doesn't really matter to me. You know.
I'll just spruce it up in the.
You know, I've noticed recently though, people started rendering their videos in like 60 frames, 120 frames a second, and like everything's looking a bit like fucking too real.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know what? Shit just needs to be rendered at 24 frames per second to look like a fucking movie and just stop fucking about with that shit.
It does fuck with me, man. I watch the new TVs because I got like older TVs. I watch the new TVs and I start
shit
like...
looks way too real. I'm like, bruv.
That's too smooth. My mind... I can't see you on a little
Everything
box
looks like
that.
a soap opera now.
Yeah,
it's just like, I can't deal with
it's
it.
got me fucking like feeling a certain way.
But that's it. That's just because I'm an old man and I'm fucking out of date. That's what it is. Oh, back in my day,
Fuck it.
movies used to look flat and normal.
What about but I've noticed as well you haven't really, I don't know, well maybe you have, but I don't feel that you really flex that as a job. You really just use it to complement.
Do you know what it is?
Complement the music.
Do you know what's funny? Like to be truly honest, is I honestly just feel like I don't want to turn that into something that I don't enjoy. And you know, like I don't know, like it's like if you are like a wedding planner and you love planning shit, but then you get some bridezilla and it just fucks the whole fun of it, you know? I just
they
feel
don't
like
trust your artistic integrity.
And I'll
with
just
it.
make some video for someone and they'll be disappointed or they'll be like, he changed this and this and this, and what they think is an easy change is like fucking 7 hours work, you know? And I just think it's gonna suck the fun out of it. So I have thought about it. Like I've thought, oh yeah, maybe I'll do it, but I also don't drive, and that's another factor, because if someone says, oh yeah, I want to do this video, it's just like, okay, cool. So it's like $900 in an Uber to get there with all my shit, you know? Like, you know, it's like...
You're like literally just like, so it's going to cost you this much. Oh, wow, that's a bit... Well, look, it's just to really get me there. I'm not getting paid anything for it.
Yeah, exactly, you know? But I mean, like I have done a few videos for a couple of people and that, but like, I don't know. It has to be... I have to feel like they're going to be cool. Like, you asked me a video once. You asked me the price, didn't you?
Yeah, I think I'm still going to get one done.
Yeah,
it's just like for me, it's not. I haven't had shitloads of content musically. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so I think, particularly soon because I've got a couple.
I'll do you one for free, bro. How about that?
Fuck that.
How about that? I'll do you one for free.
I'm paying
it's
you, bro.
official. It's live. It's happening. Put it in the highlights reel.
Look,
yeah. Remember when he said it was free, blood?
Listen. I'm at least paying for the Uber.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's cool. That's cool. We'll do a green screen one because that's what you want, right? Everyone loves the green screen.
Oh, bro.
Because lots of people can't do it that well, and I feel like I'm pretty good with the old green screen.
Bro, some of your fucking green screen shit has me laughing, bro.
So I'll just we'll do some green screen shit for you.
We have to. We're gonna be doing some green screen shit tonight, yeah. But we'll talk about that after. Not us, but yeah, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry to disappoint. Bro, you just went down like, oh, we fuck yeah. Oh.
That's all right. I do it all the time, bro. It's all right.
Podcast, fuck.
I think I know what you're doing now. Maybe is that you over there? All that stuff.
Well, that's not us, but we're gonna use a little bit. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. It's cool. I think I know what you're gonna do.
Yeah. You know the vibes. I wanted to know as well for you, because like, you know, looking at your plays and stuff, bro, it's fucking solid, right?
Ish. Nah, not really. My plays ain't not
Australia
solid.
solid-ish. It's Australian.
Yeah. It's not like my fucking Spotify's alright, and I feel like most of that spill off from either getting in a playlist or like someone like because some of the dance tunes like will hit like high numbers, and then the trickle off will be that I might, you know, if that one's hit 900,000. Yep. Maybe 10,000 of them might be recommended one of my other tunes.
Got you.
And so that's why that tune will get like 10,000 in that. But recently I've had a few hit playlists, which is cool. Like,
which is dope. And is that you doing self-submission or is
that? Yeah. So everyone, let me tell you how it works now. For everyone coming up, I'll just tell you, it's actually super fucking simple. 7 days before your fucking tune is going to come out, it has to be 7 days or more. You can log into your Spotify and you can submit your song to the fucking playlists. It's that simple. You go in there, you click pitch song, and then you write a little blurb in there. This is what the song's about. This is what it means to me. This is what I think it sounds like. And you submit it. And then if one of them people that listens to it likes it and they throw it in one of their playlists, then it's in there. And then all these new people that have never heard of you before will hear them songs. You should all do it. It is dumb to not do it.
Yep.
Because you could just be unlocking some fucking shit there.
Bro, you know, I've got to say, like, it's you off. Ladder G.
See you later, 20 large. Peace out, my G.
Call him out. But I think it's like something that gets like a little bit kept from new artists. You know what I mean? Because I actually have to reach out and ask somebody about it. Like, you know.
Yeah, I had a couple of people hit me up and just be like, "How'd you get in a playlist?" And I'm just like, "Did you pay for that?" And I'm like, "Nah."
Because some people do. Some people fucking jack people do for
pay.
Like $300, $400, $500 to try and.
I know, to try and get it in a bunch of playlists. And do you know what happens? Is they get put in all these playlists that were probably created by this fucking service to just run up plays for the people that pay them, and it never really hits any new ears.
Yeah, exactly.
The first one that hit 3 playlists was the Through My Head with me and Losty.
Yep.
That one that we put out, like it got in the New Music Australia playlist.
Yeah.
And then it got in the Drip and the local one. And we were like, it's in 3. We were like... Laughing. And I told him, because when I first bought that beat, I bought it off of Soul Option. Soul Option made that beat.
Yep.
And I was like, this is a fucking banger, bro.
Yeah.
And he was just like, is it? And I'm like, yeah. No, he wasn't like, is it? But, you know, he was just like, you think so? I was like, it's cool. He's like, we might have to do it. And I was like, we don't have to do fucking nothing to this beat, bro. It's like, I'm telling you, this beat is fucking
say whatever
gold.
The fuck you want.
I was just like, pour your fucking heart out on this song.
Yeah.
Keep it fucking real.
Yep.
And do you know what he did, though? After that, is like, he recorded this verse that was like fucking 40 bars long. I was like, bro, I wanted this to be a radio song.
Goddamn.
I was like, I'm going to cut your verse in half and put a bridge in there. We're going to make this work because everything you said is super dope. And it does, it works.
Yeah,
and that, you know, it got us a few followers and fans and stuff. And I was really happy. It was validating to know that what I thought was a hit was a mini hit for in what we did with it. So
fucking oath, man. I want to ask this as well. What was probably the track that sort of has kicked off the best for you in terms of like plays? Maybe even if it's like one of...
Don't like dance tunes though. It's all dance tunes. Otherwise, like fucking none of them.
What about for your own shit? Because I noticed like Sonny has...
Yeah, Sonny is the one. Yeah, Sonny's the one. But Sonny's old now to me.
It is.
That's
Well,
the
it's
thing.
3. It's like
4 years maybe.
4 years
But it's actually like 6 years because I recorded it. I went back to the UK after I got married.
Yep.
I got married here. Went back to the UK. And this place called Outhouse Studios. Like they wanted me to stay there and like be part of them and work with them properly. I wasn't ready in my mind anyway, to be honest. Then I was still like, I've got all this other shit. We should remix all this other shit. It's like now I'm all about making new music and just making something fresh.
Yeah.
I went to remix all these old tunes with them, and they sort of went along with it. But I know I was probably pissing them off. Like, but listen to this tune. Let's just remake this.
Yeah.
You know. But Sunny was a new one. It was a fresh one. They gave me the beat. I wrote the song, and then
it's a dope track.
I recorded it. Yeah, I
like
like it. I thought it was a hit too. I was like, this is gonna be a hit.
Yep.
But back then, that was before playlists and shit. Like before, you know, all that. I mean, playlists exist, but I didn't know the process. I only learned that process probably in the last like 6 months. Like,
yeah, true that.
Yeah.
So that one sort of popped it off, but it's still waiting for that real like in the hip hop side, waiting for that fucking.
But, I mean, that was just the beat. the beat. I got given the beat, and I was like, "This is sick. I'm gonna write this fucking song about it being a sunny day in winter."
Yeah, yo.
And how good that is, you know?
Fucking hell.
Now I wouldn't even care because I'm such a shut-in. Like, I'd be like, fucking close the blinds. Why is it so sunny? But yeah, that. And A-Town as well was another one. Like, the other A-Town was my other one. But, like, I only recently put that one on Spotify because I jacked the beat. I jacked it from fucking Non-Fiction. So, sorry, guys.
So what did you... Wait, did you...
Just don't tell anyone.
No.
That's all it is.
Don't tell anyone. No one's listening to what we're doing. This
all
is not
three
live.
of you that are listening to this now.
The best thing is like when we like put it up, it's gonna be like deet, like I just jacked that deet beat.
Is it redacted?
They'll have to come back on it. What were your biggest challenges coming from UK and trying to establish yourself here as an artist?
Just not fucking knowing anyone. That's the biggest uphill challenge. And yeah, you know, and just obviously being English. Like, the first time someone fucking called me a cunt, I was like, what the fuck did you say to me? And they were like, you're a fucking sick cunt. And I was like, you want to fucking go, bro? Like, because it's just not a fucking thing that people say in England.
It's a big thing here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's cool. I mean, you know, I'm cool with it now. Like, obviously. But when it first happened, like, it's adjusting to the culture, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you know, when I first got here, like, you know, like rat's tails and like fucking bum bags and that, like, I was like, this is what everyone's wearing? I was like, it was confusing for me, you know, navigating what's what. Like, now I know what's what. I feel like I'm a local now. Like, I feel like I'm here now.
Yeah,
you know? Like, I've been here, like, 8 years. Like, I know everyone. I know what everything is. Like, I get it now, you know? But when I first got here, I didn't get it, you know? I had the wrong mindset. Like,
fuck is a TN?
Yeah, exactly.
What the fuck is a TN?
Exactly.
But, you know, I mean, like, that's one dope thing that I got to say. Like, fucking UK's up on their trainers. Australia's up on their trainers. Sometimes I feel like, because, like, you know, the States shit, they're not...
I'm an Air Force One dude, though.
Are you really?
I am. Always.
Damn, that's an American thing.
I know.
That's not a UK
Nelly
trainer.
did a shit song about him as well.
That's not a UK trainer.
I know. It is. Everyone wears fucking Air Force Ones in the UK.
Oh, okay.
It's massive.
You know, one thing, because, you know, one thing here is, like, Maxis are big here.
Yeah, MXs, they're massive here, yeah.
And they're big in the UK?
Ish.
You know what? UK guys wear fucking Reebok as well still.
Reeboks, yeah.
That's crazy. Reebok here's just like fell off.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of died a little bit in the UK at one point, and then I think it came back because everyone's wearing it again now. So, but it definitely died for a bit. But yeah, Air Force Ones do you know what? They're just comfy. I like the way they look, you know. And when I watch all the old videos that I used to watch, like back in the day, they're all wearing them, and I'm like, yeah, that's it. That's the shoe.
That's a shoe.
That's the shoe that I love.
I just need another one, another pair. The only fucked up thing I think with the white shit is like, I always just need another pair, and then it was like, fuck, I can't do this shit no more.
Yeah,
I gotta change up the
I'm
colours.
a big fan of the white shoes.
I mean, you can't say no to them. That's the only fucked up thing. Is like they're a fucking sneaker. They're supposed to look white. You know what I mean?
Exactly. You just gotta take care of them, man. Clean them up. You know.
No, let's get another pair. That's why I always work in sneakers, just so I can get them for half price. That's the only reason I'm still in a retail job, is just so I can get them at half price again.
Yeah.
So anyway,
that's cool. Yeah,
that's my love.
I mean, they last for a long time as well. You know what I mean? You just gotta have your day-to-day pair that you don't really give a fuck about. That
there's like shades.
You know, and then you got like these are my going to the podcast pair. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I've worn these about maybe 15 times. You know, like they ain't worn so much. You know,
I like
thought
that.
They might come up. La-di-da, look at that. They came up, lad. How's about that? Looking schmick.
You know. In terms of your work now, and it's sort of cool because you sort of answered it a little bit. You had you've been like real solid with Losty for a while now, a couple of years.
Yeah, a couple of years. Yeah, well that's the thing. So the Quick Care thing was like 5 years ago now. So, but it grew over time, you know, because we went through a bunch of different stuff together, and like we're the boys now, you know. And then we started Rival Empire Records. That's what we wanted to do. So we started our little record.
Well, because I noticed on some of the was that what you used to be called?
So so originally our DJ was called Rival Empire, but now he's called Ill Since '86 because we were like, you know what? We want to call the record label Rival Empire because it's
fuck
sick.
Your name. That's
and he was
name.
like, you guys can have it. It's cool. Like he's not really doing much. He's got 3 kids. He barely even produces anymore. Like, you know, like he just slings us with shout outs to you though, bro. You the man. He still helps us with like mixing and mastering, and he does toss us a few beats every now and then. But he's a family man. He's a full blown family man. You know.
Nah, I feel that, bro. So it was Rival Empire, and then
we were gonna call ourselves Rival Empire as a crew.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, I don't really want it to be a crew thing.
Sounds like a Star Wars thing.
I was, oh yeah, that's fine. I mean, I don't like Star Wars at all, by the way. Not a fan, but
movie man, not a fan.
Yeah,
Star
movie
Wars,
man,
go
but not a
fuck
fan.
themselves.
It's fucking camp as shit. I don't like it. Darth Vader's cool though. Stormtroopers are alright.
Yeah.
I'm cool with them, but the rest of it can fuck off.
Fuck off.
Yeah, exactly.
Jar Jar Binks. Rest in peace.
Bro, I mean, even Star Wars fans don't like Jar Jar Binks.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
So now it's with Losty, but you said you now.
Am I waffling on too much? Are we running out of bats?
No, that's fine.
Right.
We good.
Okay, cool.
So now you're moving into like the solo shit.
Well, that's what I was saying before. Yeah, that's it. So
it.
so I said I would, because I did 2 EPs a year usually. I would do like 7 or 8 tracks every 6 months, and I would like do a little EP. And then so me and Losty kept trying to do this album. We did like 1 song here, 1 song there, but it never fucking came to fruition because I was always working on all this other shit all the time.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, we're just going to work on this album, and we're going to do Analog Heroes, and we're going to fucking finish it. We're going to get like 10, 12 tracks, and we're going to fucking do it.
Yeah.
But then once it had come out, and, you know, we'd done all right, and then it was time to do another one. Like, it took so long to get it done. Like, it's not my work rate. Like, my work rate is a lot faster. Like, I love to fucking pump tunes out.
And it's easier when it's one person.
Yeah, because you haven't got answer to anyone. You haven't got a fucking, you know...
someone else's schedule to go with.
Rival, Ill Since 86, and Losty.
Yeah.
Always sitting together. Like, we'd have these sessions together. They're sickest sessions, though. Don't get me wrong. Like, all of us sitting together, working on these tunes, like... picking and choosing what we're going to do, like adding these little synths and all that. So it's cool, but it's a fucking long process compared to just me being at home being like, I'm going to buy this beat because it's fucking sick.
Yeah.
I'm going to do this. And then I record it. And then I come in the next day. I'm like, that's shit. But I'll delete that. And then I'll record it again. And I'll love it this time.
Yeah.
And then I do. And then that's it.
Yeah.
I mix it.
Game over.
Master it. Decide if I'm going to make a video or not. Make a little fucking album cover or, you know, single cover or whatever and just put it out. It's like, it's fucking...
Yeah.
You know? So quick.
So how deep are you into the new shit?
It's done.
It's
the
done.
album's done. 13 tracks. They're all done. I'm going to do probably like 50 hard copies.
Yep. Heck
like, and then I'm just going to, obviously some of the singles that I've already got, I've put on there.
Yep.
But yeah, so I've already started recording the next ones, basically. That's the thing, because that's what you're supposed to do, bro. You want to have this shit in the bag so you can be working on the next thing. 100%. You know? And me and Losty, we've got 6 tunes done for another one for me and him that are like done.
Fuck yeah.
So he basically set up his studio in his house finally after all this time of coming to my house or going to somebody else's house to record.
Yeah.
He finally set up a studio in his house. So now he can send me vocals.
Yeah,
so
see,
it's
that's
really speeded up the process. So thank you, COVID, for that.
So that's what...
It was COVID, man.
COVID got a lot of people
he had enough
working.
time to finally just sit at home and do his fucking thing.
COVID got a lot of people working like that. Even I got a fucking microphone, and I'm a lazy cunt like that, I have to say. I'm not even going to lie, but now I'm not that guy.
I'm the opposite. So I always have to be fucking cooking something.
Mine's always the phone calls, like connecting this, connecting that. I'm that phone call. I'm that fucking operator. Yeah.
Oh, that's
Who
got
would
a
you like
swivel
me to
on
connect?
it. I thought it was a fucking lawn chair, but now I'm like, what?
Yeah, it's on the swivel.
Man, it's on the swivel, blood.
I can't be lawning, bro. Yeah. I can't be lawning. That's us after Justin Bieber situation. You know what I mean? Like Jesus. So it's good to know that you got the new shit coming up.
Yeah, lots. And that's what I'm saying. So that one's done. But I found a beat the other day that's sick. It's called Lil Nas X was the name of the beat, but it ain't no fucking Lil Nas X, bro. This shit's got fucking bounce. I was like, you know what? I'm going to ask fucking Lee Monroe to be on this one, bro.
And you know what? Lee Monroe is probably going to say yes.
Yes, he is, bro. I'm telling you.
Fucking
it's
down,
a banging
bro.
beat,
you know
bro.
what?
I want to record a little. I want to... Thank you, Sam.
Nah. It's all right. As long as you do the film clip for free, we're good. Nah, fucking oath. I'm
going to record a little saying got it first, so when I send it to you, you can hear the vibe that in my mind, and then you'll be like, oh yeah, I see what he wants.
I see what he's doing here. All right, and then all we got to do is hit up Justin Bieber after that.
Maybe. Maybe. You want to get him on the phone? You're the phone guy. Get fucking Bieber on the line.
I'm the phone guy. I got to be the guy calling that. Look, I'll see what I can do. Now, in terms of the other thing, and I wanted to ask you about this because this is from the dad to dad. So
dad to dad.
Dad to dad.
I thought you were going to ask me about my dad then. I was like, he is a dead heroin addict. That's what he is.
Damn.
Yeah, you want to have fucking another little slice of life?
That was the... Cool. Anyway.
Yeah.
How's...
I was just like, we're going to bring that shit up.
Wow, this went south so fast.
I don't care. He's a prick. It's fine.
Being a dad, you know, fuck, one of the best things
In the world, ever.
Yeah,
Best thing ever. Nothing else matters, to be honest, after that.
Yeah.
Everything you do, every selfish thing you ever thought doesn't matter, because as
100%.
long as you just got to make sure your kids are all right all the time.
100%, man. And how have you found fatherhood? How have you found it, you know, with your music? Because, look, to be fair, one thing that sort of pisses me off sometimes, and I don't want to throw cunts under the bus too much, but it is just something that irks me sometimes, is when, you know, hip-hop is life, hip-hop is that, people are flexing this, that, the other, and then all of a sudden they become a dad, and then hip-hop doesn't matter, you know? And for me, that's a real kick in the teeth.
And they just stop making music and all this.
Yeah, or they just fall off. And look, I understand the circumstances and whatever, but sometimes I feel like, if anything, now that I've got 4 kids, I'm sort of fucking pushing harder now for hip-hop. I sort of understand, like, yo, my kid has to see this, see the passion.
I think, though, for some people, hip-hop is like a fucking hobby anyway, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even tell people I'm a rapper. If I don't know them, I'm not like, hey, bro, I'm a fucking rapper.
Yeah, fucking rap your eyeballs out.
I'm gonna rap in your
right
fucking
now.
ear. Like, fuck that.
Like,
I don't even tell
let me
people.
freestyle. Yo, fuck, someone kick a beat. Anyone here fucking beatbox? Kick a beat.
You know? Like, I don't tell people, because it's like, when anyone tells me they're a rapper, I take it with a pinch of salt. I'm like, oh, yeah? Cool. Like, you know, you shouldn't have to announce it to someone. Because, I don't know. It's one of them things. I don't know. It's one of them things.
I'm
it's a
totally
pet peeve of mine. And I feel like a lot of these rappers, sometimes they'll do some tune or whatever. They've been doing it as a hobby, but it might pop off for them. So they might be seeing the vibes, but they might not have that same level of dedication that we might, you know? Like, and you know, fucking when you got to fill a whole song, you might in that song say, hip hop for life, but you've got fucking 3/16 to write, bro. Like, you're going to say some shit in there that makes it sound like you're super dedicated to rap, but you're just kind of doing some rap, you know? And then when you have a kid and that, you're just like, oh yeah, don't really have time for that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not.
But how,
you know.
What about for you? Like, I mean, like, because I fucking
would
just
go
love
crazy.
seeing you pushing it. And
I think I would go crazy if I didn't make something.
Yeah.
And music is the thing that I love to make. So, like, I've organized my life to be able to make music, you know?
And
like,
how old's?
He's 2.5. Almost 3,
2.5
actually.
now.
He's like
Wow.
2 3/4, I suppose.
Hectic. That's fucking such a good age as
I
well.
know. And do you know what? My general rule of thumb is just always just interact with him. No fucking iPads, no bullshit like that. Like, you know, like I go places and I just see kids like just dribbling, just tapping on these fucking screens the whole time. Like, he can play with a fucking iPad when he's a bit older. Like,
yeah.
You know,
100%.
just don't do that shit now. And he's so like focused and in the world, sees everything, talks all the time. Like, he fucking just says so much shit.
Yeah,
you know, he can count to like 30 and shit. You know, and I'm just like, yeah, mate. You know, like,
so good, bro.
I let him play with my phone every now and then, you know, but he fucking earns that shit.
Yeah,
you know,
straight
I'm just
up.
like, oh yeah, you want to fucking play some shitty little rabbit game for 20 minutes? You go for it. You know. Like,
by the way, the game that you're playing is shit. Like, I know so many other games you could be playing that are good, but you know what? Don't worry, we'll leave that for another year.
But I'm not judging anyone. I'm just saying that, like, we're in a time now.
You gotta be careful.
No one knows how much that's gonna melt people's brains, right? Not in a like 5G's fucking the devil. I mean like, you know what I mean though? I'm talking about like
5G's the fucking
you know what I'm saying though?
5G
I mean, like,
started coronavirus.
You know what I mean though? Like, just mentally, like, we don't know how much is fucking people up. I mean, we know how much social media is fucking adults up now, and like teenagers killing each other everywhere and shit, like killing themselves. Like, so I don't know. It's like, what's it going to be like for them if they don't interact with the world in a normal level and everything is based on
Bro, it is. And
it's scary because we don't know yet because it's a fucking new thing.
Well, exactly what you said is like we only know now how it affected us coming up.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
What I mean?
We're from the best era. You're around the same age as me, right? Like 30-ish, 20.
It's all right. But it's okay. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
33? I'm 33.
Sick. Okay. Look, I'm turning 40 next year.
Okay, all right.
But it's the same pocket. It's the same pocket.
We're from the best era where we know what it was like without, and then we had it enough that we, you know, we had the best of both.
Well, you would have seen dial-up internet.
Yeah, I mean, I saw no internet.
Exactly. Without internet, and then seeing internet, it's been a good.
It's cool, and I
just
feel like I use it enough. Like I'm just like, oh yeah, I see it as a tool. It's not the fucking.
That's what it's for, though, as well.
Yeah.
It's a fucking tool. It's
a
not
tool.
It's not a lifestyle. People make it a lifestyle and then commit.
I don't want to get on here and preach or nothing. Like I don't want to be too preachy about it.
Fuck social media. But thanks for watching us on Facebook Live.
You know what I mean? No, but like it's a scary thing for me, and that's what I'm really conscious of it with my son. That's how this came up.
Yes,
it's my son, and I just really want him to be in the fucking world, and I really want him to be able to interact with people. I don't want him to be dragged into a world where he only cares about likes and fucking Facebook groups, you know? Because, I mean, when I was at school, if I got bullied or mugged off, which I did, you know, when I left school, that was it. It was the end of it, you know? Like, I would go home and it was just, that was over. The bullying was over.
Yeah, this is a
but
crazy
now,
insight.
you leave school and then you log into your Facebook and they've made, like, fucking Bigredcap Smells page. And there's, like, 300 fucking followers on it. And that would have crushed me as a child.
Bigredcap Smells.
You know?
Fuck.
Another soundbite for y'all.
Yeah, no, but you're right.
But you know, it follows you everywhere now.
Yeah,
you know,
100%.
And like, if
I
you
still can't shake Fig Kid, bro.
Yeah. Fuck off.
No, I'm joking, bro.
Fig Kid was cool. Fig Kid was cool, bro. I'd love to have that history, bro. You got a Tech 9. You got a Tech 9 and the
there's some dumb cunts in this country that doesn't know that, so I'm just putting it out there, all right?
But you've grown a lot from then, hey? I mean, when you listen to yourself there now and you listen to yourself now, you prefer yourself now, right?
Yeah, because, you know, it's funny, and you were sort of saying it before, you know, like I was
finding your voice and that?
Finding my voice. And the skill and my push got me on enough stages and stuff that I managed to get my foot in the door for the label shit.
Yeah.
And back then, there was no internet. The internet only really came out the next year
For me,
or two.
I actually just think thank fucking God, because if what I was doing back then was on the internet, I'd be a fucking 100 memes by now, I reckon.
Yeah, but
You know?
so I'm glad I'm not a meme. That's positive.
Yeah, true, yeah.
Please don't put any memes out of me.
I'm making like 9 tonight when I get home.
I'll share them. I'm not gonna lie. I need something in my life.
No one will see him. No one will see him then. So, you know.
So a couple of last ones.
Yeah, go on. Am I the longest one?
How's
feel like
COVID? No, you're not even. No, it's all
okay,
juice.
cool. I don't
How's
wanna
COVID treated you? Do you believe in COVID? And feel free to get political.
Do I believe in COVID? I suppose I do to some degree. I don't know. I see weird stories all the time, but I mean, I'm not going to sit there on
like
Facebook.
The same hospital scene, like in like 3 or 4 news reports.
Yeah, or just, you know, like when I saw this one the other day where like these fishermen, like they all got tested before they went out on their fisherman boat, and then none of them had it. 5 dudes on a fisherman boat for 5 days. They came back and they had to get tested again when they got back, and somehow they had it. And it's just like they've seen no one, and they didn't have it when they left. So how the fuck did they get it? But I didn't
5G.
I didn't
the 5G.
I didn't fact check the fucking article. You know what I mean? I just read it and I was like, oh, that's a bit weird.
That's the thing. I think no one's fact checking shit.
I didn't share it. I didn't fucking go too deep in it. At the end of the day, mate, like obviously there's something going on.
Yeah.
You know, like, and everyone always complains like, well, look, the death toll's only this, so like it's nothing compared to the plague. And it's just like, all right, yeah, but the death toll is basically nothing because we are all fucking isolating and not doing shit, true, right? True. So if we weren't and we're all just partying and la-di-daing everywhere, like
la-di-daing, we like
you
to
know,
party.
the death toll would be huge. So what the fuck are you even saying?
Yeah.
You know, like.
Fuck, hey.
But yeah, that's how I feel about that. But it's been fine to me. My wife still was able to work. I was still able to work. I don't leave the house much that anyway, to be honest. Like, I'm always just there. Like, the only thing that really fucked me off was with Mac, because on Wednesday and Thursday, I have him all day, and we usually go out, go to the park, go to the mall, go on the fucking jungle gyms and that, like, just fucking walk around for, like, 6-7 hours. You know, he's got nothing but energy, that kid. So it's just like, I'm not going to stick him on an iPad like somebody else might, you know what I mean? So it was fucking pissed me off because I couldn't take him to the park, and he knew what was going on. Like, this is the thing, because there's big signs on everything saying you can't use the park, you can't use this, you can't use that. And he was like, oh, look, big sign, big sign. He kept saying big sign, and then we were playing fucking Duplo, and he's got this little sign, this little like men at work sign, and there was he has this little slide on there, and he put the slide there, and he put the sign, and he's like, look, there's a big sign. Sad. He's like, no one can do it, and then like we were putting the Duplo people down, and he was having Batman run up, and he was like, stop. You can't do
it. That's
actually
scary, though. That's crazy.
So he knew that the world was all fucked up. So, and it pissed me off because I had to think of so many things for us to do in the house. You know, and all he wants to do is run around, burn energy off. And I'm like, let's do this puzzle, which will burn no energy off.
Yeah,
you know,
no calories getting lost here. You're not burning any Fago off there.
I love you, Fago. Don't hate me for
Sip
mentioning
supplies.
your
What up?
But
okay,
yeah.
next, and this is just a quick one. How do you feel about Kanye West right now?
Well, running for president,
And losing his goddamn mind.
terrible. It's a terrible thing.
Fucking poor Kanye West, eh?
Poor Kanye West,
Listen,
man.
Kanye West, if you want to do a track with me, Bigredcap,
Let's
Justin
do it,
Bieber,
blood. I'm all about it, Huh?
we got you,
Nah, do
fam.
you know what? Here's the thing with Kanye is like...
Here's the thing, guys. Wait, here's another soundbite. Here is the thing with Kanye West.
No.
Brought to you by Bigredcap.
Here's my thoughts on him. Is like, yes, he has a crazy ego. But I think that in there he does have a good heart. He does. He have a good heart.
Straight
I think
up.
that he is a good dude.
I think he's
And
a
some of
normal
the
guy stuck in some fucked up shit.
I think he's a bit of a loon. Don't get me wrong, like he is.
Yeah. But we all are in some
But, like,
regards.
yeah, I mean, obviously, when you got loads of yes men around you and shitloads of money, like, you know, that God complex like really hits hard. I think it's funny that everyone always thinks that he's like Illuminati and shit. Like that does make me chuckle.
I think he's like the Illuminati fighter.
Like it's just, like, I mean, because he knows. He's like, people think the Illuminati's cool. I'm gonna make all my shit look so Illuminati. People are gonna be talking about me for weeks. You know, like
It's true.
You know, he's
And he's
smart.
winning.
It's the same as Jay-Z. He's the same. He's just like, people think I'm the Illuminati, yo.
Cheer,
I'm gonna put this one sentence on my jumper one time, and it's gonna be shared 9 million times. And then
so
I'm gonna
that's-
marry Beyonce.
That's actually what we need to do then. Fuck Justin Bieber.
I mean, would I join the Illuminati? No. No, I wouldn't.
I didn't ask you about that. It's
No, I
fine.
wouldn't.
You can.
No, I wouldn't. But maybe I'd pretend that I'm part of it. But I'd have to already be
But are
slightly
you?
big. You'd have to be slightly big already. Otherwise, people ain't clocking
true.
it.
All right. Well,
If you just throwing these at people like, oh, look at these wannabes.
look at this dickhead. Look at this dickhead. He wants to be the Illuminati, but he not.
You just get that one cook guy. He's like, these sick cunts are in the Illuminati, bro.
That's it. As long as we're famous for that one cook guy, that's all that matters. And then lastly, what is your favorite big red cap? Big red cap. What's your favorite big
Is it
red?
my
You got
cap?
one. You got to have one favorite big red cap. Your fucking go to, or like the one of all history.
I don't really have one, man.
Oh, fuck
I
this.
don't. I mean,
I'm
like, I
asking
like.
these dumbass
Nah, I mean,
questions.
I like the classic,
Fred Durst,
the
joint,
classic NY
OG.
new era,
Yeah.
like with the little dude on the back. You know, for years I wouldn't wear snapbacks. I was like, nah, they got to be fitted. Got to be fitted.
Yeah.
But then I was like, nah, there's so many snapbacks that are dope. I'm just gonna fucking
change it up.
fuck that rule off. But yeah, other than that, I mean, I just like.
How
a
many
dope
big
design.
red caps do you own?
A lot.
Just chuck a number at me.
Maybe 300, maybe.
Fuck yeah, the boys.
It's a lot.
That's
It's a lot. It's a lot.
And
It's a
what-
lot. It's a lot.
And what made you choose Decepticons tonight?
Do you know what? Because I thought it just looked all right. I honestly, I just grabbed it off the thing. I put it on. I was like, this one will do. The shoes,
that.
again, I already knew it's always the Air Force Ones. Didn't have to think about it. You know?
Just came in here
Same
casual.
with the hats. I was just
You
like,
want to be comfortable. You want to be comfortable.
yeah, I
on
didn't
the
realize this sofa was going to make me look like fucking Michelin man sitting down here just
It's
like.
alright. Now, last but not least, questions.
Do we have any though? Has anyone got any questions?
I got to piss
for
as
real?
well. Wait, I'm gonna piss and ask questions. Let's go.
Oh, mate, you're going to leave me out here alone answering questions. Why are you such a fucking fat cunt? Mediate the horrible ones, please. I don't want to hear them.
We've got a ton of questions. So first one's from Robert Carlo.
Yeah.
Who is your favorite rapper of all time?
My favorite rapper of all time is Wiley. I don't know whether you know who Wiley is. He's a grime MC. Exactly, bruv. What do you call it, bro? That is an OG Wiley song as well. That's my ringtone. It's been my ringtone since I was like fucking 16. But yeah, Wiley, absolute favorite. And Fred Durst as well. Limp Bizkit though, he's not really as a rapper because some of his lyrics are terrible, but as a famous person who raps, yes. There you go. That's my two.
Sweet. Michael Power says, this is a question for both. You know what? I'll skip that one and I'll ask that one later.
Wait till he comes back.
Dylan Parcell says, have you played a set with just your dance tunes?
No, I haven't. I have never played a set with just my dance tunes. I never have. I should. But you know what it is? It's because when I record them like within those 2 or 3 days that I record them for the work, and then I only sort of listen to them again like when they're finished. I don't ever need to learn them to do them live per se. So if I was to ever get asked, oh, can you come and do a dance set? I'd have fucking 20 songs that I'd have to learn from scratch because I've never actually sat down to learn the lyrics for those songs. Because I write them, and 3 days later I don't think about them until it's done, basically.
There
Hi.
you go.
Good shit, sir.
Bro, I had to piss so bad. I was like, anyway. No, I didn't even hit the Fago. I'm about to hit it now, though. I was tempted.
Hasta la
Now I hit
Fago.
it.
Danny Clark says, "Send me a hard copy of that new CD you're making, bro." Not really a question,
Yes.
but
It's not, I
that's
mean,
a
Is he
request.
asking politely
they're
there,
on
or what's the
they're
deal?
on the Big Cartel. Bigrecap.bigcartel.com. I'm doing pre-orders. They're only $10 with free shipping. And to be fair, I spent more money than that making the fucking thing. Way more money. You know, there's plenty of money that goes into making a
100%
CD.
a fucking oath,
Yeah,
man.
it basically is going to cost me money to do them, but I want fans to have the hard copies. So
100%, bro. It's
Yeah.
a collector's. Especially these
Yeah.
days, it's a collector's
exactly,
edition.
and I'm
I
gonna sign
bought
them
a-
all as well. It's going to be a long thing, but I'm
Hell
gonna do it with love, baby. You know what? I was shocked because I get all the sleeves ordered. I order all the sleeves myself, and then I chop them all myself. I got
Oh,
a guillotine at home.
really?
My son was guillotining this with me the other night. He had the guillotine. I was putting it in. He was like, I'm helping daddy. So
Fuck
my
yeah,
son
that's
is going to
mad.
have made these for you guys as well, not just me. So
Made with real love.
real family love there.
Fuck yeah.
Not redneck family love.
No,
but like
ooh, no.
Pure hearted family love.
Yo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Michael Power, asked a question for both Lee and Big Red Cap. Who has been the best person you've opened for?
The best person I've opened for, as in for their music or like the actual show itself, I suppose.
Yeah,
Best
it's supposed to
person.
be like an opening act.
I suppose
Best opening act you've done.
the best shows I've ever done were the Cursor ones because that shit was fucking live-o. Like,
And they want
it
to
was
see
awesome.
fresh shit.
They're there, yeah. They're into the fucking world, man. They're the best. He knows they're the best as well. Like he knows that they're the best fans ever.
That's fucking dope, bro.
I wish I had a fucking life like that, you know. And then probably Cypress Hill as my favorite artist that I've ever opened for, like out
So
of
in
all of
Amsterdam?
the ones in Amsterdam, yeah.
yeah, crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't opened for any of my true heroes, but you know,
Yet.
And my favorite Australian artist, if you wanted to know,
Yeah.
is Mitch Ostermenis.
Damn.
Complete.
Complete, yes.
And they're my two top ones. And then I also really like Rops.
Yeah,
Rops one, he's super dope.
Yeah.
And 111. I also love 111. They're sort of like weird for the sake of weird, but they're like fucking, I don't know, they kill it for me. I don't know, I love it. Red Line, Reaper.
Yeah.
I'm bumping that shit in the car. I'm like, take your shirt off, long head, man.
there's
Spin it around. Get sweaty, fuck some chicks. Yeah, you know, like.
Shave your fucking eyebrows off.
Right, they just got bangers, man. They just seem like cool dudes. I don't know.
I suppose I've got to answer that as well.
Yes, you do. And now I'm going to piss, so enjoy it.
Fuck. That's all right. Yeah. How did we get to this like level of needing to piss? We've never really done that, so that's good. It's unique to the Big Red Cap one. But for me, Cypress Hill was a good one here in Australia. That was my. Yeah, I did it too. Yeah. That was hectic just because that was my first big tour, and we're in Adelaide, and we just had a fucking like a sack of weed thrown on the stage. And we were just like, yo, people really throw this much weed on the stage for the support acts? What the fuck? These guys are fucking high out of their minds, right? And we smoked the fucking shit out of all that weed that night, and we were so fucking blitzed, and I was just like, wow, this is really rap life, right? So that was that. In terms of the best actual like music one, because like Cypress Hill was dope, but like they, you know, the shows weren't that big, but we did the fucking Nelly, the national Nelly tour. And Nelly, yeah, in your Air Force One. And Nelly at that time was,
I think Losty did a Nelly one as well, once upon a time.
he did, and he did, I think he did,
Did you do the one with you?
Sydney show. I think he did the Sydney show of the same tour, from memory maybe. But the crazy thing about that was just fucking how many people were there. That was one of the biggest crowds, you know, like that I performed to, and that were actually quite responsive to what we were doing, you know. Like I remember getting so pissed off at the Cypress Hill one because I'd just come out. I was supporting with Bliss and Esso, and I did the Horton Pavilion. It was like my first show, being a Fig Kid and fucking having this major shit out, and cunts were throwing shit at me. Right?
No way, bro.
But they were throwing shit at everyone. They were throwing shit at
They're
Bliss
just
and
cunts.
Esso.
They're just cunts, yeah.
But I remember
I've only had
fucking,
2 shows that I've ever like felt like shit after I've got off stage, like ever.
bro, I was like shouting, like I wasn't even rapping anymore. I was just shouting at fucking people's faces, like, fucking like, it's like, but that,
We opened for Tiger, bro, in the Big Top.
yeah.
Yeah, but it's like, who the fuck are Tiger fans? They want to see Red Cap and Losty. No, mate. Like, it was cool. Like, they were sort of, like, cool, but they were just, like, staring at us like, where's Tiger? You know?
Yeah.
Like, it was super weird. It was all, like, little fucking girls. Like, nearly all girls. And then the boys that they dragged along, basically, you know?
And they were at the front.
It was cool. It was cool to play to that many people, but I definitely didn't feel any love up there. I was like, we finished a song, and we're like, yeah, blood! And they're just kind of like, hey.
Yeah, well done.
You know?
Clap for the
And the guy
handicap.
introduced us as Losty and Friends, and I was like, oh, you fucked us! You fucked us! You fucked us from the go, blood!
Losty and Friends. Fuck. Yeah, of
Fuck
course.
you, no.
No.
Yeah.
That ain't it. That ain't it.
Option
Anyway.
was up there with us too. He knows. He knows the
Who?
pain. Oh, Dylan, Option.
Oh,
Sol
yeah.
Option. He was there with us that night too. He knows the pain.
That
That was one of them
he
ones.
felt the pain.
Fucking, we were all hyping it, but you look at the crowd and they're just,
Crickets.
yeah. That's why I only use tiny little
That's
bits
why
of the
they,
footage.
it sort of
So I only
sucks.
use tiny bits of the footage.
I'm
of that
glad
night.
you're smart about it though. Like, use a tiny bit of that footage. Like, I fucking sometimes I just like, I'm like, fuck, man. When you see those people that are like, yo, I played the Tiger gig, so you know what? I'm going to utilize that footage, or I'm going to utilize those pictures of me in front of a big audience. But then they take a photo from the back of them like rapping their heart out to an audience that just doesn't give.
It's just
a
dead.
Fucking fuck
Yeah,
about it.
yeah.
I just look at them like,
Yeah, it's depressing.
like this. They're like, bro, I can see clearly that their faces are disinterested.
Yeah.
Like, get another angle.
Yeah.
No, anyway.
It's
Anyway,
sad.
that's my answer for that.
That's it.
Or
a good answer.
More waffling. More waffling. Big red cap on the waffle.
King.
Tony Tone says, he says hi first.
Hi, Tony.
What's your relationship with Antzilla?
Antzilla is, he is the first DJ that we ever had. He produced. I was in a crew called Multi Finish, so he was the DJ for our crew. He used to make beats and stuff as well. He was like a scratch champion.
Dope.
He's got like a few awards and that. And then he just didn't make any music for years. He moved over here long before I moved over here.
Oh, true.
He was just gone from the crew. It's just that. That's the end of him. He's gone. But then I moved over here, and then just recently making this album, we reconnected again. He's done all the cuts on the album.
Fuck
He's
yeah.
produced a couple of the tracks on it. It's cool to reconnect to someone who was there from the very, very start.
Funny how life spins.
Yeah,
back
I know,
around like that as well.
And now he's gonna be doing cuts on all my albums. You know what I mean? I'm just like, I got you now.
Bro, you're claiming a lot of
I
fucking
got
shit.
you on Candid Camera now.
I got you on everything. Hell yeah.
So yeah, big up Antzilla, aka DJ Madness. That was his original name.
You're not supposed to say that.
DJ
It's
Madness.
Antzilla on the Godzilla podcast.
Yeah, well, that's the thing.
True.
He was Antzilla first, so rip-offs.
True. Next.
When are you going to do another Cypher track?
Another what track?
Cypher.
Track. Oh, I mean,
We'll get all this shit.
I mean, yeah, I have done a few of them in the past where I just get loads of MCs on there and that.
Lee Monroe's on the next one.
They're hard to do because getting everyone to get off their ass and do it in a time frame that I think is acceptable is very difficult. You know what I mean?
Shit, I don't
I'm just
fuck with your
I'm
time.
doing
No,
an
I
album.
work fast. I'll get my shit back to you.
Yeah,
quick.
yeah, but you know what I mean? It's I'm doing an album, and I want to get fucking 6 dudes on one song, you know? And it's just by the end of the 2 or 3 month cycle that I would record all the shit in,
Yeah.
half of them still haven't sent me the vocals, and I'm chasing them, and I'm like, do you want to fucking do it or not? And
I thought you said you like my shit.
Yeah, and they're like, oh yeah, I want to get it done. It's just hard. And so that's why I don't do as many cypher tracks as I could, because you have to rely on too many other people. But I love doing them, and I will always do them. And if you ask me to be on one, I'll be like, blood.
I'm gonna get you on some shit.
Yeah.
More ciphers coming up.
Last 2 questions.
Yes.
Mackenzie asks, how
Hey,
many red caps do you own?
We were talking
we
about
were
this
just
before,
talking
about 300, give or take.
300.
I've not counted them, but it's a lot.
Last question.
Last question.
Jack Cullen asks, if you had to drop one red cap from your life,
Ooh.
what would it be?
If I had to drop one from my life.
That's the opposite question. So what's
Yeah.
your favorite cap? What's the dud that you could let go?
The duds are just so generic though. Do you know what I mean? They're just I think we were on holiday one time.
Wait. I got it. What is it? Cash money? Cash money billionaires?
Oh yeah, there's loads of them. Them
CMB.
YCMB ones.
What?
Yeah, I don't even have one of them.
What? You get the YMCMB. You never had a YMCMB?
I never had one of them.
I'm
Because I
fucking
was
so
never into
glad
Lil
you
Wayne
did
and that back then. So I was just like, what am I repping? But yeah, like I remember when we were on holiday one time, like my missus, like she came back from like going to the market. She was like, like I got you some red hats. There was a couple of alright ones. There was some fucking duds in there. Like I'd happily get rid of some of them duds. You know what I'm saying? Like, just she don't know. She's just like, oh, it's a red hat.
It's a red hat.
You know,
it's a big red cap. It's not particular big red cap.
It's like my mum's like brother. Like he came round. He's like, oh yeah, he collects hats. So I brought some hats round. He brought round like some Pringles hat, like some fucking boating hat.
Was it one of those cool ones that was like once you pop, you can't stop, and it was like alluding to pills?
Just like a shitty picture of the guy from the Pringles on a trucker, a red trucker cap. It was like, you don't know me at all, bruv. It's all right though.
On a red truck. Was it even red?
It was red, but with the white front. And then, do you know what? That's what I'm gonna do tonight. I'm just gonna post this sorry looking hat. That's the one. That's the one that's getting dashed because I still got it, and it doesn't belong there. It's just there.
I'm glad you still kept it thow. Sentimental reasons.
Yeah. I shipped all my hats over here.
You're not an asshole.
When they came over here, I mean, a few of them I got rid of, but like I put them all in a box, and I was just like. Sent them to Australia the cheapest way possible. So like 4 months later, after I've been here a while, they just turned up one day and I was like, oh, my hats.
Fuck yeah.
And then obviously I got a bunch more since then too.
Yeah, you couldn't be here fucking with no hat on.
Fucking with no hat on is something I do on the regs, bruv.
No red cap. No. Oh, okay, I see.
You see what I did there?
I see what you did there.
Ow!
So anyway, look, we're going to get a little bit sexy. Bro.
After that.
I'm gonna kick it up. Bro, look at this. Look what we're doing. Nah, fuck that. Jeff wants to see a kiss, dirty bastard.
We're gonna get sensual, baby.
This is yours. This is yours, by the way. We're gonna give you some space here because.
Do you want me to sit or you want me to stand up though?
Nah, we'll stand up. We're gonna gonna get this shit right out of here, bro.
Cool.
We're gonna get Jeff fucking following you and shit.
I'm gonna do Roscoe, right?
Oh,
and,
true.
I've never done it live. I realised that I have not really learned it, so I feel like I'm gonna do it.
You're gonna freestyle some shit.
No, I feel like I'm gonna get it, but there's just like there's always that one or two lines that you're like, oh yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So there might be a couple of them sort of moments.
I do those damn near every fucking time. Yeah. So man, we'll can it after you, my man. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
It's dope as fuck to be sober. That's my tagline now because I'm a fucking sober motherfucker.
Me too, bro.
So we're gonna roll these tunes. Bigredcap. Fucking watch it. Godzilla podcast, open source. Let's roll.
Turn that shit the fuck up, baby. Godzilla podcast, here it is. Rapping in front of the couch, bring up Spleen Eye. Look, I'm gonna hold it like this, Lee Monroe, just for you. I am gonna keep this simple. Clear as vodka, crystal. I'm here cause I want to be, and nothing in my life is stopping me. Yo, who's that? Who's them? No one. Keep your blinkers on, my new slogan. I don't give a fuck who's hot, who's not. Stay true to myself and do what I want. I was in a ride bumping Limp Bizkit, munching a beef burger with a spliff lit. Two man, a man walk up to the car. They wanna roll with me in a car park. I roll my window down, and them boys wanna bump their fist. Analog heroes top the charts, and they let me know that they cop that shit. That's dopeness. That's good vibes. That's the shit that keeps me alive. That's the reason I'm in this booth right now, keeping the dream alive. So, smoke that Billy, sip that whiskey. Yeah, they tried to stop me, but they shot 9 off, missed and hit 50. I don't really care if you know me or not, though. I've been working a lot, no time for the promo. Take me for a clown, all good, I'm a boss though. I'll make the crowd pop off like a Roscoe. Come check my show if you're down now. I don't really care if you know me or not, though. I've been working a lot, no time for the promo. Take me for a clown, all good, I'm a boss though. I make the crowd pop off like a Roscoe. Come check my show if you're down now. Yeah, blood. Whoop, whoop. Let's see if I make it through this verse, blood, let's see it. I wanna bring that new vibe. Look at life in a positive light. So many bad men are talking, sometimes I just wanna get high and smile. Listen, blood, I don't really care if you've got stacks. I don't really care if you're gonna bang my bird, cause you're so cool and flash is boring. I'm over it, sometimes it's cool, I'll go with it. But if 99% of your bars are on that tip, you got no lyrics and that's facts. You waste, man, you better know your place, man. Call yourself a top flight MC, well you ain't changing the game plan. Look, book me for a show and see. I bust bars like a real MC. Connect to the crowd, they connect to me, cause I got words in the work I speak. You might say that I'm not that deep, well check the catalogue, get back to me, cause I write these beats so naturally. You can't chat to me, you can't chat to me, blood. I don't really care if you know me or not, though. I've been working a lot, no time for the promo. Take me for a clown, all good, I'm a boss though. I make the crowd pop off like a Roscoe. Come check my show if you're down there. I don't really care if you know me or not though. I've been working a lot, no time for the promo. Take me for a clown, all good, I'm a boss though. I make the crowd pop off like a Roscoe. Come check my show if you don't know. Yeah, that's the end of that fucking song. Yeah? Look at this. Apparently the next song's playing, you hear that? Alright. Don't run it up. I'm gonna get super grimy on your fucking ass. Well, I might as well, right? Because I'm here. I'll probably talk about grime. I might as well do some grime. Lick. Blood, it's that renegade UK lad trying to put this scene on a map. And blood, everybody knows I'm fat. I love a cold beer and a big kebab. Man, I make shit bang from bumper to bumper. Cause I hustle hard like Gunster. And when I'm on a roll, controllers on fire. Pop bombs in a bunker. Nah, cuz ain't nobody drunker. I drink the rum, end up in a dumpster. I'm living in a land of thunder. Big up the bra, put that in your tumbler. Cause I just wanna keep shit real. I ain't no bad man, I don't pack still. But still, I will get down to the beat of the tune. Cause I do what I feel. Dickhead. 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 Lit. And that who's that runaway fat guy? He's on tracks with everyone, that's right. Cause I love this scene, brother, that's why. Don't rock the boat, you might capsize. Yo, letting the enemy never get ahead. We never get to be ready for anything, brother, tell him I'm heavy. Have you seen the size of my belly? Gonna need a widescreen to see me on telly. Jelly, I'm on a one-way trip. I'ma swerve my bird for some bacon strips. Cheese and dips, meat and chips. I told you before, I'ma eat your kids. Hate if you wanna hate, I don't come from a London estate. No shiv, no knife, no blade. If you want that shit, I got a couple of mates, you get me? Don't run it up, don't run it up. Big up Lethal Bizzle on that one. Yo, I just wanna make music. I jump in a booth like blood, let's do this. Everybody wanna be a rap star, gotta be a don, but you're popping off crap bars. I'm far from an actor, I'm me. Jack this beat from Leaf to the beat and everybody knows I don't fit in, but I let that go. Forget that bro and drop a new single. Hit the road, end up in a bingle. I'm a big red fat motherfucker with presence. They call me Chris Kringle. Oh, Sydney, put your fist up if you love this city and don't give a fuck. MF to the death, no less than a 4-man troop to loot your whole set, and I'm out. That's it. Godzilla podcast is wrapped up like a portion of chips, blood. Oh, you got the room. You wanna give me a mic?
No, that's all right.
I spat all over that motherfucker.